Yeah. It's my life. Alright. That video link, it says here you go. I highly recommend clicking on it. It's only an hour long, and you don't even have to listen to it. Here's why. Because you can literally just fast forward to the end of the video and look at the live chat at the end of the video, and you can click on all of the links in a row. You can see the ones from Chapel, Nebraska. You can see the ones, well, you can see these officers and the situations. The one that I just posted is only an hour long, and it has Wheel and Lolotai in it, and it has let's see, what other links? Links with Wheel and Lolotai and links with Clearview. In the video before it, I'm actually going to post it here. Let me tell you what it's like for boys who are sexually assaulted. We're told we should want it, and we should be glad for it. That's if our predator is a female, which in most occasions it is. Sometimes your predator will be a male, and that happens a lot too. I've had a lot of men like Wraith. That's his real name is Tory Wentworth, and he's definitely overstepped what's appropriate or beyond my comfort range, and I do tell him that, but he doesn't care. So if I want to have a gay friend, I have to let him bully me. He's tiny, and he's, believe it or not, more disabled than I am. So we'll go to my channel. Mind you, I am really super tired. Oh, one of those videos is it says upcoming 12:57 a.m. So it was a couple hours ago, and it didn't record. God damn it. Let me see what happened here. It says edit video, maybe it'll let me. It says file name live stream. I don't understand why I didn't play it. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, when that happens, other live videos because I'm really certain they were live. This one's 3 hours long here. It's called Abusive Predators from Whale and Lolatai till today. And I do go through, not even close to all of them, but I go through the ones that have been arrested. And that's one that I'm going to post up for you because the live chat, again, like I said before, if you scroll to the end of the video, live chat replay, you'll notice that there are labels next to them. The first one is Officer Waylon Lolatai. It's a link. The second one is Clearview Behavioral Health. The third one is Polly Olson. The fourth is Michelle Quinn. The fifth is Assistant Warden Sarah Nelson Torciello. The next one is Corporal Michelle Decini. The next one is Sheriff Ray Rao. The next one is, well, 2 murderer cops. Their names are on the front of this, by the way, in the picture, with the X's over their faces, with the exception of Lolatai, who's got a circle around his. How can you keep letting that man go? I don't understand it. When you allow him and his buddies to harm somebody to the point that they're literally, I was discriminated against because I'm white. I mean, take a look at that. The only 2 people who the media actually gave a shit about, or anyone else for that matter, are the 2 black men in houses. One of whom looked like a hobo. Well, both of them looked like homeless people, but one of them looked like a hobo, and the other one was filming the police harassing hobos. Police are not allowed to assault you for recording. I keep this stuff for a reason. I don't deserve this abuse. Ted Bollinger deserves this. Tim Beeson deserves this, if you believe this is right. But you notice I'm not giving this to them, am I? I'm not treating Tim Beeson and Ted Bollinger the way that you people treat me over this, do I? Even though Ted Bollinger and Tim Beeson did horrible things to Natalie Bollinger. Now, they claimed that I had diagnoses that I don't have. They also claimed that I had those diagnoses because the officers told them that I did. They also claimed that they did not see those behaviors. The police, in my court paperwork, these very same police officers, they tried claiming that they heard that I was schizophrenic from Kara Johnson Miles. Imagine that. The officers that I was trying to turn in, and Kara Johnson Miles, who I was trying to turn in for literally months. What happened with that? Well, Kara Johnson Miles told the officers I was trying to turn in. And mind you, I was forced to turn these officers in themselves. She told them I was schizophrenic. They told the hospital that I had a diagnosis of schizophrenia. Nope. You want to see my diagnosis? Right here, Sarah's house. Yeah. Yep. If you type the word Marcia Estrada, Limhp. Oh, fuck it. I can do that now. Let's see, share, copy. This one right here is the other video I was telling you about. We'll call it Here You Go Too. If you get interested in this at all, you can check out either one of those and go to the comment section and look up the live links. That's something I can literally only do from my computer. I can't do that on my telephone, and I understand that many of you who try to do this on telephones are also incapable of doing that. I keep this with me for a reason. It's not the only piece of paper I keep with me. The evidence with Leslie Snell and the crimes that her and her husband committed. See, this is what they were able to do after Scott DaCosta. That's what one of these ones with the dismissed charges. I tried to turn in Scott DaCosta. He assaulted me. What does it say? It says, an order of dismissal has been issued. The above captioned matter is hereby dismissed without prejudice. Insufficient evidence to support conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations and victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. Well, actually, the victims did wish to testify at trial. I'm the victim, not them. They just pressed false charges against me for trying to turn them in. One where I was trying to turn in Scott DaCosta for his misconduct, and he assaulted me and arrested me. Charged me with improper use of 911. Here's another one right here. An order of dismissal has been issued. The above captioned matter is hereby dismissed without prejudice. Insufficient evidence to support a conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations and victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. This one was against registered sex offender Robert Franklin Mornick, who also assaulted me. Yeah, what was I trying to do? Turn him in. Here's this one. An order of dismissal has been issued. The above captioned matter is hereby dismissed without prejudice. Insufficient evidence to support conviction because state is unable to locate previously recorded conversations and victims involved do not wish to testify at trial. All of these are signed by Judge Randon R. Rowland, the very judge that signed the orders based on, well, it wasn't on evidence. It was literally on the words of predators I was trying to turn in. Robert Franklin Mornick. Leslie Snell, Scott DaCosta, and William Barr. Now, what happened with these? I'll even let you have the case numbers. One of them is case ID number CR21-8. Come on. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Yeah, let's go to the next one. This one is CR21-9. I wasn't allowed to speak at my court dates, wasn't allowed to show evidence, wasn't allowed to face my accusers, and I still won. I was illegally prevented from going to multiple court dates, and I still won. Let's go to the next one. Case ID CR20-94. Sorry. The judge signed it without asking to see the evidence. They didn't have the evidence, and they realized that there was no chance in hell after what they'd put me through. There was no way they weren't going to be able to take it to trial. Problem is, they took it to trial. A bunch of cops go to prison. Imagine that. One of these was with former Denver officer William Barr. One of these was with literally registered sex offender Robert Franklin Warnick of Chapel, Nebraska. And of course, Sheriff Scott DaCosta of Chapel, Nebraska. Also, you should read the reports that were made about me. The things that were signed as if they were true. That's right. I saved the evidence. They made whatever they wanted up. And you'll believe whatever they tell you. There were no recordings of these supposed crimes. They made it up, and they stuck me in prison on misdemeanors. All the stuff they charged me with is misdemeanors. And it was all literally intended to lock me up so Sheriff Scott DaCosta could literally tell everybody in town, which he'd already been doing, tell everybody in town and everywhere that he sent me that I was schizophrenic. So they'd write it down everywhere that I went that I was schizophrenic before I ever got there. I was never diagnosed as schizophrenic, dummies. Let's read this. I have been seeing Sean Schwartz on a weekly basis for outpatient therapy. Since completing a pre-treatment assessment on October 18th, 2021, that was my birthday, by the way. Last time I saw Natalie Bollinger was October 18th of 2016. When I hurt my back, it was October 18th of 2015. When I got to sit in jail, and false charges and bullshit. That's right, the assaults at Clearview that literally never happened. They had to drop the charges due to lack of evidence. Same as these guys. By doing that, they prevented any of the camera evidence that I had been begging my public pretenders to get. They prevented it from being shown. They refused to ask for it, and when they realized they were going to have to get it, that I wasn't going to let it go, magically, charges were dropped. Every time it's time to give up evidence, every time it's time to produce their recordings, they drop the charges. It says, during this evaluation, Sean described symptoms he experienced on a regular basis. Now, you might have noticed I was this lady here, Marcia Estrada. On my birthday in 2021, she did a pre-treatment assessment. It says, during this evaluation, Sean described symptoms he experienced on a regular basis. From the information he provided, I have diagnosed him with post-traumatic stress disorder. I have 6 other diagnoses of post-traumatic stress disorder already. But thank you, Marcia. It says, this comes from years of trauma and inconsistencies in a person's life, often starting as a young child. Yeah. It says, I also believe Sean to be on the autism spectrum, which causes difficulties in adapting to social settings. Actually, I have difficulties adapting to being fucking abused. Who wouldn't? It says, the most common symptoms of this disorder are anxiety, hypervigilance, and a feeling of impending doom. You know, when they try to turn autism into schizophrenia by using the term mentally ill, you're killing human beings. You're destroying any chance that we have of having a decent life because you are forcing us into a situation where we are too easy to take advantage of. When people can assault us and just pretend like we assaulted them, or pretend like they thought we were going to. That's good. It's cold, but it's sweet and it's wet. I'm not sure if it's good enough for you to read it. Move it up closer just in case. Yeah. Marcia Estrada. She's not the only one either. There's also Nicole Peralta. What the police have done here is allow predators like Andrew Wolmez repeated access to me by refusing to do their jobs and playing stupid. What these people done is horrible. I had to give Andrew Wolmez information about witnesses, and then he fucking intimidated them, so you can goddamn rest a fucking assured that I'm going to continue trying to press charges against the son of a bitch as well as the officers. Also, I'm going to carry this with me everywhere I go for good luck and good measure. Yeah. You tell on cops, they assault you and charge you with assault. Or they take you to the hospital and say you're combative, say you're schizophrenic and you need to be drugged. So the nurse writes it down that you're schizophrenic and goes and gets the drugs and lies to you and says there's a doctor's order even though there is no fucking doctor there. They've just decided they want to drug you and they're going to do it. You should ask about Clearview, I'll tell you. Or they'll tell you that you're there of your own volition, so you're free to leave whenever you want. So you start walking towards the door and they slam you to the floor and say, now the doctor has an order to keep you here, and they inject you with drugs. You're not combative, you've just been slammed to the fucking floor because they lied to you and told you you're allowed to leave, and when you went to leave, well then magically they slapped a court order on you. Well, he tried to escape the facility, or whatever it is that they have to tell at that point to try to get away with it. There's also the fact that the police officers' body cameras have volume on them, and the hospital cameras do not. That allows a lot of felonies to be committed at the hospital. Police officers intentionally misleading the situation, intentionally lying to nurses, doctors, or other healthcare workers. Jesus, we live in a fucked up world, don't we? So, yeah, you goddamn right I tell them, you son of a bitches. Marcia Estrada. Let's see. Alright, here's a conversation with Marcia Estrada I recorded. One of our appointments. She talks about me not being schizophrenic. She talks about knowing several of my predators, including Jen Beebe. I like Tamara a lot, but Marcia Estrada said that she was not impressed with Tamara. That's okay. I said she was better than Jen Beebe. Marcia Estrada agreed. You can listen to it all in that link right there. It says Marcia Estrada, LIMHP. Alright, so I'm going to go for a walk here. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be brought up that isn't. Nobody deserves to be abused like this. Let's see if we can charge this up. I'm gonna go for a walk. Hopefully when I get back I'll be able to lay down. I do have to worry about being abused here. Everyone does. And again, it's one of those things I never wanted to have to go public about. There. I'll turn that down a bit and go all the way back to the beginning. About the twinkling. Mm-hmm. Camera was badass, by the way. In my opinion. She quit her job because her son was autistic.